All right, guys, so the first thing you're going to do is go to mysql.com, click on downloads. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and scroll down all the way to the bottom of the page and click on the community edition. Then select the first download for MySQL community server. Scroll down. You want to go to download page button and click on that. Scroll down. Of the two options of the installers, you're going to select the larger file size one, the second one, and you're going to hit download. Then just click no thanks, just start my download on the next page. And the installer is an MSI file. You're gonna go ahead and hit save. This might take about 10 minutes, but in this video, I'm gonna of course jump time a little bit and just go ahead and have that downloaded here. Once you have the installer downloaded, you're gonna of course just double click on it from wherever you saved it when you were when you hit install, or sorry, when you hit save or download. So here mine has been downloaded, so I'm going to double click it and get the installer started here, the wizard. Here it is. I'm going to go ahead and select full, hit next. At this point, I was told that one of the requirements to install I was missing, which is Python, and it gave me a link of where to go to get that missing part. So this is the link, and I was looking for a Python 3.4. So I scrolled through until I found the right version. This is me jumping back to the installer just to make sure that I am looking for Python 3.4. This is me looking for it. And then once I found Python 3.4 release version, which I find eventually, I hit the download button. So basically, as you're doing the installing process, if there's a missing tool, in my case, which was Python, you would be given the link of where to get that tool. So in which case, I was provided the link. I went to the link. I found Python 3.4, which was the missing tool I needed to install MySQL. I went in, and then I hit download. I went to the page where you get to download the installer, so which is at the bottom there, the Windows installer. And then I went ahead and hit run on that, so I can install the right version of Python that my MySQL installation process needed. All right, so this is just me going through the process of the wizard to install Python 3.4.0. Now my computer is a 64-bit, and that's why I installed the 64-bit version. So this is me still waiting for Python to be installed. Once Python was installed on my computer, I went back to the installer, the MySQL installer. I went back a stage, I hit full, I hit next. And as you can see, if I hit back now, that requirement of Python being needed is no longer there. That's because I installed Python. And now it's showing me that everything is ready to install. So I just hit execute. This takes about 15 minutes as well, but I'm going to jump time here and make this go extra fast. But this will take you about 15-20 minutes in this stage as you're installing each one of these products. So in my case, I'm just going to kind of speed up time here at this point. You will see a green check in front of everything once everything is done. And then after that, you'll just hit next. You're going to select the standalone MySQL server option. You're going to hit next. And then again, just keep the default on the page, hit next. Here, you're going to set up a password, whatever password you like for the root password. Then you're going to add a user by clicking Add User. Make up any username you want. Keep everything else as default, and then set up a password for the user as well. Then you're just going to hit Next. Next screen, again, just keep the page, the default settings, hit Next. Next screen as well, default settings, next, and then hit execute. Once everything goes through, there's check marks in front of each one of the steps. You might get little notifications, as I did. Just hit finish. Now just you're gonna hit next. For the router setup, keep the default, hit finish. And then again, now in this window, you're gonna hit next. At this point, you should be able to check to see if your connection is possible by clicking on the server, hit check. The password is the password you set up earlier. And then just execute. As you can see, mine said connection successful when I hit the check button earlier. After that, you just go ahead and hit finish. Hit next. And then your installation is complete. Hit finish. When you do that, the workbench and the the MySQL shell opens up, which just shows you that you have successfully installed MySQL. To quickly test things, to make sure everything's okay, go to database, connect to database. In stored connection, select the local instance MySQL router. For password, type in the password you set up when you were installing, hit OK, and then hit OK. And this should connect you to the databases that come as default with the MySQL workbench. You'll notice under the schemas section, there are 3 databases that are just kind of, sample databases that come with MySQL. So if you are able to come to this point, then you have completed the installation process. Enjoy!